Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside that weather window and what we're seeing, the remnants of the Sunset Fire that we will talk more about coming up. But that fire kicked off around noon or so in the Wenatchee area and burnt a pretty good chunk there. You see it in the Sunny Slope area around Easy Street and Sunset Road. We'll talk more about this fire coming up. And it wasn't a bad day today. We did have lots of sunshine out there, and we will talk more weather. In fact, our outlook for the week ahead looks very nice here in north central Washington. We'll basically see temperatures in the lower 80s for us to about lower 90s as we make our way through the week. Good news is sunny and dry, light winds through the period, but late Wednesday and then Thursday and Friday, the winds will return, and we'll have all your weather details coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. We'll have an update on the large fire burning near Mansfield. An East Wenatchee woman is dead after a Saturday night highway crash near the town of Monroe. 2 homes in South Wenatchee were briefly evacuated Sunday night during a grass and debris fire. An Leavenworth man injured in a hiking accident in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness area was forced to spend the night before being rescued over the weekend. But first we begin tonight. A brush fire this afternoon threatens homes as it burned across the western base of Sunny Slope in Wenatchee. After first being reported just after noon, the fire had already burned 150 hillside acres by 2:30 p.m. Level 2 evacuation notices were ordered for the west side of Easy Street from American Fruit Road to the 2100 block of Easy Street and all of Sunset Drive. Level 2 indicates there is a high probability of a need to evacuate. Level 1 notices have been issued for most of the rest of the area. Because of the fire, Easy Street was closed from Iroquois Lane near Monitor to American Fruit Road. Multiple firefighting agencies have responded, and aerial crews, both fixed wing and helicopter, are assisting in the firefighting effort. Meanwhile, as of this afternoon, the Road 11 fire is 25% contained after menacing the town of Mansfield throughout the weekend. Things around the fire perimeter are starting to return to normal. Douglas County Sheriff's deputies reopened McNeil Canyon Road and Highway 172, which were closed throughout the weekend to make room for fire vehicles. The Type 3 incident team in charge of the fire response spent the day hardening their fire lines. A number of outbuildings were lost and a home was damaged by the 10,000-acre blaze, which is expected to be fully contained by Wednesday. We'll have full coverage and interviews with those on the scene straight ahead in our broadcast. An East Wenatchee woman is dead after a Saturday night highway crash near the town of Monroe. The Washington State Patrol says 35-year-old Catherine Zakaria was killed after her 2013 Subaru Impreza crossed the center line about 10:15 p.m. on Highway 522 near the junction with Highway 2. She was traveling westbound and struck an eastbound Mazda CX-5. Zakaria was pronounced dead at the scene. She was the sole occupant of her vehicle. All 3 occupants of the Mazda, including a 4-year-old child, were treated for injuries at Providence Medical Center in Everett. Trooper Anthony Reese with the State Patrol says the cause of the crash, including whether drugs or alcohol were involved, remains under investigation. Well, 2 homes in South Wenatchee were briefly evacuated Sunday night during a grass and debris fire. Chelan County Fire District 1 Public Information Officer Kay McKellar said the fire at Chapman Road and Bowser Street was reported by numerous people at 10:23 p.m. Law enforcement went door to door in the neighborhood advising residents of that fire. The fire scorched about a half acre before it ran into an area that was already burned in another fire about a month ago, McKellar said. The fire was under control at 11 p.m., but fire crews remained on the scene until about 2 a.m. Meanwhile, a Leavenworth man injured in a hiking accident in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness area was forced to spend the night before being rescued over the weekend. 22-year-old Tristan Parrish was hiking with his father, his brother, and a friend along a steep slope east of the Crystal Creek drainage. That was around noon on Saturday when he slipped and fell about 50 feet. He suffered injuries to his head, knee, and ankles in that fall. The lack of cell phone service in the area prompted two of the hikers down to the Ingalls Creek trailhead to call for help while Parrish's father stayed with Parrish. A search and rescue helicopter was deployed but was unable to locate Parrish while the Chelan County Mountain Rescue Team began hiking up the drainage before halting for the night due to darkness. The team eventually reached Parrish and his father at 8:30 on Sunday morning and then contacted a Navy helicopter who airlifted the stranded party to Pangborn Memorial Airport shortly before noon. Parrish was then transported to Central Washington Hospital, where he's now listed in serious but stable condition. Well, coming up next, 4 members of the Washington National Guard jumped into action Saturday when they came on a motorcycle accident on Highway 90 near Vantage. An alternate route to relieve North Wenatchee traffic has failed for a third time to attract the federal funding it needs. The Chelan County PUD began work today on a paving project in Walla Walla Point Park that will mean a different route out of the park and some short detours on the Apple Capitol Loop Trail. And the state says too many people are killing beneficial bees in recent weeks, thinking they're murder hornets. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Don't worry, all the fun is around the corner. There's no better time to get ready than now with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa Sale. Stock Up and Save sale is now going on in-store and online at bluelagoonpoolandspa.com. Even pool heaters are on sale. Financing available upon approval. Credit 24-month, no interest with equal payments. Stop by today or order online at bluelagoonpoolandspa.com. Free water testing available in-store or curbside. Don't wait, the sale is going on now.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Mary Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Mary Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today, 509-663-1710.
Welcome back. In another news, 4 members of the Washington National Guard jumped into action Saturday when they came on a motorcycle accident on Interstate 90 near Vantage. According to the Guard, the accident had just happened about 3:30 p.m. when the Guardsmen saw the injured motorcyclist laying in the left-hand westbound lane of the freeway and the motorcycle in the roadway. Private August Johnson and Private First Class Zeremiah Tagbus and an off-duty first responder gave first aid to the motorcyclist, while Sergeant Grant Engel and Private First Class Chase Flanagan directed traffic. The 4 removed the motorcyclist from the freeway and cleared up most of the debris before the Washington State Patrol arrived. The motorcyclist was taken to the hospital with a possible wrist fracture. The State Patrol said he was approaching the Vantage Bridge when he lost control on a curb. Well, an alternate route to relieve North Wenatchee traffic has failed for a third time to attract the federal funding it needs. The city of Wenatchee applied this year for more than $122 million toward the Confluence Parkway project, but was turned down this month. The plan includes a north-south bypass route running parallel to North Wenatchee Avenue, as well as a second bridge across the Wenatchee River. The project remains a big part of Wenatchee's 20-year transportation plan, and officials say they'll try for different sources for funding in the next grant cycle. Well, the Chelan County PUD began work today on a paving project in Walla Walla Point Park that will mean a different route out of the park and some short detours on the Apple Capitol Loop Trail. While the exit route from the park is repaved, the entrance roadway will become a two-way drive. That work is expected to continue through Thursday. Repaving on the trail itself was expected to wrap up today. Signs have been posted alerting drivers and trail users to that work. Well, the state says too many people are killing beneficial bees in recent weeks, thinking they're murder hornets. The State Department of Agriculture said today they've received hundreds of reports of Asian giant hornets from throughout the state, but of all the samples they received, only 2 were the so-called murder hornets, and those came from the Bellingham area. Instead, people are most often killing bumblebees, which are important pollinators. Bumblebees have dense hair, while Asian giant hornets have no hair. In addition, yellow jackets are being mistaken for the murder hornets. Yellow jackets are beneficial for pest control and, of course, have yellow markings. Murder hornets, meanwhile, have orange markings. There you go. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Looking for a faster way to kickstart your business career? Look to the Charter College Associate Degree in Business Management, a convenient online program at an ABHES accredited institution. You could earn a degree in just 14 months, a degree that positions you for up to 18% higher earnings than a high school diploma. Plus, Charter will assist you in finding a job. Visit chartercollege.edu to get started, because we work to get you to work.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with BlackRock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local BlackRock Seal Coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. The Road 11 fire threatening Mansfield went from 2,000 acres to 10,000 acres on Saturday afternoon alone. It's now the focus of state mobilization, with fire resources from outside the area attacking the fast-moving blaze. In tonight's features story, our cameras visited Mansfield yesterday to talk to the fire managers. Here's what they had to tell us.
The call initially came out as a brush fire that started in Fire District 1 out of Waterville, and it was initially reported possibly being started by power lines down, which is yet to be confirmed. But first units arrived on scene, or observed heavy smoke and fire, and it was wind driven due to the storm front that was passing through. Initially it was a heavy push to the north, which went towards McNeil Canyon Road, and then the wind switched, which then kicked it back to the east and then put it directly towards the town of Mansfield, which burned clear into the night, and which has led us up to the incident we're still dealing with today.
The team arrived last night, started mobilizing last night and continued coming in this morning. We found that the local firefighters had been trying to contain the fire. It's grown to about 10,000 acres. We were fighting it last night and all day today.
Best estimates is it's within 2.5 to 3 miles of Mansfield, and that's where it pushed to last night and held once the weather did kind of turn in the favor of the fire districts. There was one home that sustained serious damage to the residence itself, plus several of the outbuildings were lost all the way around the structure. Those residents were able to get out safely, and we did put them in contact with the Red Cross last night for emergency placement.
Right now, we feel we have a good handle on it, but it isn't 100% contained. It's to go around and make sure that the hot spots don't flare up, and to make sure that the islands that are, the fingers inside the fire don't flare up also, and to keep a strong line and look at containment on the next day or two.
If that fire was to have made it into town, we had fire resources positioned all the way around the west and the south side of Mansfield, so they were ready to take take that battle head on if that fire was to make it here. So the firefighters worked awesome last night, and they did a phenomenal job. Farmers were doing a great job of rallying their resources, getting tractors, plows put together. We had local farmers out here putting disc lines and plow lines in around the town of Mansfield to help establish a defensive front, to slow that fire if it was to make it. So everything that I saw interaction-wise from the community was phenomenal as well.
We're looking at 2 more days, maybe 3. A lot of it depends upon the winds tonight, today and tonight, and even tomorrow. There's gusty winds in the 20-25 mile an hour range, so those are, more conducive to flames again. So we have to be careful of that.
Time now for a check of your north central Washington weather forecast. And boy, the story you just saw, the fire up around Mansfield, the fire today up around Sunny Slope, just shows you how dry it is around north central Washington. Once again, here's the burn scar, which was the Sunset fire from this afternoon. And we are very dry, as I mentioned, almost now 2 inches below where we should be for moisture. And that's the result. Boy, you got to be very careful. Weather did not cause any of these fires, so it was just man-made these last couple of days, so be careful out there. Unofficially today, high temperature around the Wenatchee area, 81 degrees, and that's below where we should be. 87 is our normal high temperature. We started off at 57 this morning. 61 is our normal low temperature. Record high was a hot one back in 1961 at 105 degrees. Boy, you know it's summer, don't you, when our low temperature record 50, and that was set in 1981. Still stuck on 2.66 inches of moisture for the year. Sunrise 5:18, and the sun will set tonight at 8:55. Let's take a look at how our Tuesday will shape up, and I'll tell you what, we've got a very quiet weather period coming up throughout the entire week, this week and into the upcoming weekend. We will warm up tomorrow, upper 80s of Freda and Moses Lake, 89. We'll be there too, 88 in Wenatchee, and a lot of 88s. Cashmere, Entiat, Chelan, and up into Omak. Higher elevations, we're looking at lower 80s to middle 80s for Lake Wenatchee and for Leavenworth. A surface loop time, clear skies tonight. In fact, all over the western United States, lots of clear skies. We'll continue to see kind of a light west breeze tonight. It will be cool once again with those clear skies. We're talking low temperatures, mid to upper 50s around north central Washington. As we get into your Tuesday, the start of a warming trend. I just showed you temperatures mainly in the upper 80s around north central Washington. Lots of sunshine too, and that orange area indicates very nice temperatures. That will continue into Wednesday, although winds will pick up a little bit on Wednesday. We're going to be just very warm though, with high temperatures, almost all of us into the 90s, maybe even some middle 90s as we get into Wednesday, before we cool down just a little bit on Thursday. Still going to be mostly sunny, and that pesky breeze, the pinks and reds here, indicate the windiest locations around Washington. Thursday, maybe some high, light thin clouds around. High pressure off the coast though, still fueling our weather and keeping us that way. For Friday, we'll start off breezy, not bad by afternoon on Friday. Sunny skies as well, with high temperatures once again nice into the middle 80s, and then we warm up again to about where we should be for this time of year. Seasonal temps as we get into the weekend on Saturday. Windy once again right here in the central part of the state, and warm with high temperatures, as I mentioned, about 86 or 87 for Saturday. And then let's move into Sunday. Sunny skies and a great way to end our weekend. It will be warmer for for Sunday. Lots of sunshine, as I mentioned, with high temperatures then back into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. 57 the overnight low tonight, 88 your high temperature tomorrow, and 62 the low. Wednesday, the warmest day of our 7-day forecast at 92 degrees, low temperature of 67, and then 88 for Thursday, and we'll stay in the mid to upper 80s then for Friday, Saturday, and as we get into Sunday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. Thanks to Dan for filling in last week. Boy, felt good to get away, but it's even better to be back. Well, Saturday proved to be another windy night at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval for racers and our crews broadcasting our second ever race. Even though no fans could attend the race, there was plenty to cheer about with 6 classes of racing packed into one night. Greg Rentz joined Grant Olson for the call here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Trying to hold off Conwell. Koschman shuts the door. Down the backstretch for the final time. He's going to pull away, and now it's just going to take an absolute desperation dive from Conwell. He tries it. No, Koschman holds on.
What a great race.
Vince and I are partners on both the cars. We shared racing that one last year. We just put this one together. We've been working on it for 3 years, and it's its debut today.
And 1-for-1 race car, and it's got to be bad fast. But man, you and your teammate, you guys were battling there at the end.
Yeah, he kept me honest, that's for sure.
For that number 14, Seth Frazier, he's going to come by and make it 2 in a row. Seth Frazier, back-to-back wins to start the year in the Dixie and Air Conditioning Thunder Cars.
Well, that was dominating. Once he got the lead, it was over, Greg.
2 starts, 2 wins, and now $100 cash and a new hat courtesy of North Valley Mechanical.
Thank you.
Good job.
Hey, thanks. I'd like to thank, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning for sponsoring the class, and North Valley Mechanical for coming on helping us all tonight with the track. I'd like to thank Michael Willard for allowing me to drive his car, and if anybody out there is looking for a date, my friend here, Greg, is single. He's better looking with the mask than without the mask, but he is single. So
I knew that was coming. Evan Getz peeking on the outside. Haley Constance pulling away, though. 2 to go for Haley Constance. And there goes Dart again. Eventually, we will get to the white flag, and when we get to the white flag, this race will be official. Constance pulling away. Will Evan Getz do the big send again? Hood coming up, not this time. Haley Constance, the first junior late model winner in Wenatchee Valley Super Oval history.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome. I can't believe I won my first junior late model race here. I feel bad for Evan. I kind of screwed up on one of the starts there and kind of screwed him a little bit. But I'm super glad that we were able to get up front and have patience and just take the win tonight.
We pick up the win, but was there a little bit added pressure knowing that your father is going to climb in the same car here in about 5 minutes time and go out for 75 laps?
A little bit. I just had to make sure the car was fast for him so then he can go out there and hopefully he can do well tonight too.
Jeff Muller had no problems with it, and he's going to come by and take the checker flag. First win at Wenatchee, Jeff Muller, a big one. Congratulations to him.
With it. What
what a great race.
Tyler Howard second, and Greg Scott going to be third overall, second in Legends. Jeff, I've seen you race time and time again at Hermiston. We finally get to meet in Victory Lane.
Yeah, finally. It's been a long battle.
Yeah, and it was definitely hooked up tonight for you. Here comes $100 cash, courtesy of North Valley Mechanical, and some swag. And man, first win here at Wenatchee. First win here at Wenatchee. Definitely got to feel good for you.
Thanks. Yes, it does. Feels great.
Well, look at the battle for the lead here. Glenn Knutson, Hayden Plybon, Dale Winterberg. Glenn Knutson out front, nose in front in the 16. Couple Gen 6 bodies. He's got it. So Glenn Knutson to the lead. He will officially lead this lap. Can he hold him off and keep the bounty at bay? He will through turn 3 and 4. He's got a 6-pack. Glenn Knutson, 6 in a row, wins Wenatchee.
You know, this is a really good car. Hats off to my guys, Garrett Evans, my brothers, Sean, Josh Childress spotting. I mean, this car is amazing. It's on rails right now.
Glenn, 6 wins in a row. Your brother put $500 on the line. If anyone could beat you, you go out and do it again. You're going to go down and tell Mike, hey, where's my $500? I think you should get it now.
You know, I talked about that, but I'm up for the challenge. I want to race against the best guys. I mean, that's what you do is want to race. I'm glad he got to come. It's really good to have good competition here.
Action-packed racing Saturday night. Let's go over the results again in case you missed it. So first of all, in the dwarf car main event, Lake Stevens' Jeff Mueller finished first with Tyler Howard second and Greg Scott third. Auburn's Ken Kolschmidt was able to hold off teammate Vince Conwell of Renton for the checkered flag in the Northwest Vintage Modifieds main event. George Chambers took third place. In the Plumb Perfect Roadrunners main event, Wenatchee's Brandon Knuff was the winner, followed by Jay Evans and Cameron Doyle. Seth Frazier posted back-to-back wins at WVSO in the Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning Thundercar main event. Terry Osborne took second with Mike Sims third to make it an all-East Wenatchee finish line. 14-year-old Haley Constance grabbed the checkered flag in the first ever running of the Mountain Dew Junior Late Models at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. The Snohomish driver was able to hold off Okanagan's Evan Getz and Kennewick's Caden Moran for the finish line. Now, the grand finale was Quincy's Glenn Knutson continuing his winning ways in the Jerry's Auto Supply Pro Late Models by winning his 6th consecutive race dating back to July of last year. Spokane's Hayden Plybon took second with Michael Knutson of Quincy finishing third. Now, this does not conclude our race coverage here on the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Oh no, we got more races coming up. In fact, Saturday, it's the Legends, Thunder, and more. Racing will feature the Economy Midgets, Northwest Focus Midget Series, the Plumb Perfect Roadrunners, Holidays Custom Muffler B-Mods, the Bandoleros, and the Tri-State Legends. Action will get underway at 6 o'clock here live on the NCWLIFE channel. By the way, if you missed the racing Saturday, it's up and available right now on demand on our website at ncwlife.com. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
And thank you very much, Eric. And finally tonight, contests to win a free truck are pretty common around north central Washington, but usually the trucks have engines in them. This one, on property owned by the Chelan Douglas Land Trust, is an exception. The truck lies abandoned on trust property near the White River, and managers say it's free to whoever might have a use for it. The Land Trust just wants it out of the way. You can email David Morgan at david@cdlandtrust.org or call 516-580-3537 to make arrangements. The Land Trust says it's a great opportunity for anyone who likes to restore old vehicles or can use the parts for some other creative projects. And if you have a video of the day that you'd like to see on the NCWLIFE Evening News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCWLIFE channel. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Tomorrow, on a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, tomorrow is International Nude Day. International Nude Day on Tuesday. And in honor of that, on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, I will be fully clothed. Plus, we'll have news and sports and the obscure holiday, which I just mentioned. And Mike McNally's opinions, some celebrity birthdays, and today in history, and everything you need to start your Tuesday, live and local right here. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Dan, thank you. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.